Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. 2009 Toyota Corolla with 200,000 miles on the odometer. New customer. I did for them detailed, thorough inspection of the vehicle on Friday. I wrote an entire list of stuff which needs to be done. They talk about it over the weekend and they made an appointment. They are back actually to get taken care of everything. This family loves or tried to do their own repairs, which I encourage. And that's one of the reasons and one of the main reasons why this YouTube channel even exists. Don't forget, always have a good cup of coffee through your day. Anyway, this Toyota was serviced by the family, and when I did that very detailed inspection, I also go inside. So I chosen number 2 spark plug. So I removed the coil. I made for myself note that they are aftermarket coils, but they look very nice. But I made a note that the spark plugs were incorrect and also absolutely loose. So the person who installed it, I didn't know what they are doing. I was hoping it was a home brew. It was not by the shop. That will be absolutely terrible if the shop doesn't know how to torque the spark plugs. But the number 2 was loose. I put it back. I made a note, gave them the price to replace it with correct denso, which is coming right now. It's being delivered. I think the delivery driver is coming towards to me. So I'm doing all the work, and I want to show you that when you work on your car, you make mistakes. You possibly will do mistakes as you are learning. So, number 1, coil. Look at them. Number 2, this I had out on Friday. Number 3, still okay. But look at the details of that number 4 coil. Do you see what's happening on it? Look at this. So this one is brand new like the other ones. But look at that brown powder-like stuff which is all over it. What do you think it is? What do you will say, you expert? Before I will say what it is, what do you think? Why, 3 of them are perfectly shiny, like brand new. And the last one, number 4, it's something's on top of the surface of the coil. When I did discover that, I didn't grab the cup of coffee that was done already, but I paused and I ran to my office right there and I grabbed the camera for you because you won't believe what's happening. So this is the tool. These are modern thin spark plugs, so you don't use the normal spark plug range, but this is the small one, 14 millimeter. And guess what? This one most likely will be so loose that I will be able to use my fingers to undo it. That's my bet. I stopped for you. So here is my ratchet, which you normally put on the wrench to break loose the spark plug. Let's see. Of course, I'm an extremely powerful person, but if you just skip that fact, look at it. As I expected, look at it. With the slightest turning, left as a loosey. This is unbelievable, guys. There was not a speck of torque applied to this last spark plug. And that's the danger of the homebrew. I will tell them, I will take the time to communicate this with the customer. I will encourage them to keep working on their cars, sure, but they just need to be told, it needs to be explained. Because as you know, that box which is coming, that box with spark plugs, if you buy the Denso, oh my goodness. Ooh. If you buy a Denso, it even shows you 1 or 2 methods how to torque it even without the torque wrench. Look at this, that's a problem. Look at this crazy blow-by, which was puffing from that engine. I will zoom on it and I will show you the number 3, right? So if we go from the left, let's put all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go and show the detail. I will use the long zoom, so look at it. The number 1 had tiny bit. The reason or the result of not being torqued correctly, there is a crash washer right there. And you need to torque it correctly. Number 2, I just torqued Friday, and it was obviously tight more than the number 1. Number 3, okay, and look at that horror. Look at the amount of blow-by which was coming through that area because, and I will show with a finger, this area was not sealing enough, it was not tight, the crash washer was not torqued correctly, and it created this blow, it was blowing out, so that means it was in this spark plug tube making all this mess, and we can actually still even see it right here. Do you see that? Because if you look on the other ones, they are silver shiny, and this is the blow-by which was puffing through that area up. Now, interestingly enough, when I start these detail inspections, I go for a test drive. I want to feel the vehicle. Interestingly enough, the young owner, she's very young, she says, yeah. I said, what are your concerns? She says, well, maybe a little bit lack of power, which this could definitely cause. The blow-by on 1 cylinder, the lack of full compression, purely theoretically, if she's tuned with that car so good and drives it all the time, which I believe she said it's the one owner family vehicle, she could sense it. I drove it and I said, well, considering 200,000 miles and it's an old worn vehicle, I was like, yeah, it's normal. Interestingly enough, when I arrived to the shop, the first thing I do, I scan the computer. 0 misfires, 0 codes. There was nothing detected. If that blow-by was a little bit bigger, there was such a loss of compression and blowing more, you could hear it audibly, or there will be misfire recorded for a 4. Because at that moment, the misfires are recorded the way the computer is watching the speed of the engine. On this vehicle, if you have misfire code, the computer knows that it's not running perfectly smooth. And it figures out for you on what cylinder it's hesitating. So it was not happening yet, despite the fact we have the horror, you saw it in the detail, this is really bad. I didn't ask how long time ago they did it, but they did. Not to poop on them or anything, they also did the transmission fluid. And I don't have the picture, I erased that, I deleted it from my phone. But within 5 minutes, well 10 minutes, when I park it here, there was such a puddle of the transmission fluid, and the dipstick was not even touching the fluid level in the automatic transmission. So they actually, the fact they had some feeling that they need this inspection, that saved them the transmission, because the leak, and when I wipe it up and retorqued, that's why I still have the tool here, when I retorqued the plug with this 10 hex, it stopped, and I filled it up for her. The fluid was still not perfect anyway, but they did that, didn't torque it enough. They tried, but it had a very severe leak from that drain plug because they didn't replace the crash washer, which is the aluminum washer, and they didn't torque it enough. So we basically saved them, and maybe we saved the car because that tranny, the bill will be so high, it will be not worth fixing such an old car with such a high mileage. So the home brew, I encourage it, but you have to be very careful. You can actually end up with catastrophic damage. If they were driving maybe another week more, they will cook the transmission. It will not survive. There will be no coolant to lubricate and cool the clutches and so on, and that will be gone. So this is very interesting situation. Again, I promised you when I have something like this, I will show it to you. I will take the time, despite the fact they basically asked me to do a lot of services, and I have another thing to do today. I'm very happy I was able to share this with you. Please, when you do your own work, pay attention to the details. It's absolutely worth it. Check everything twice. Torque of the drain plug, absolutely, because you cannot see underneath the car unless you will not skip after driving one day or something, go and look under, obviously, with the flashlight. The whole pan of the transmission was completely wet and it was leaking a lot. So that's a happy end in this case. I will still show you those spark plugs when they arrive. So spark plugs arrived, as I said. I will only use Denso SC20HR11, 4 of those for this vehicle. Now what is interesting? 2 items are interesting. Number 1, this vehicle 2009 Corolla came with 2 engines. One of them had a choice of NGK and Denso. Well, it's not the one we are talking and looking at today. So this, if you really follow instructions from the factory, the engine, which is right on our left, takes only Denso. Toyota clearly said not even NGKs. There will be Denso SC20HR11. Interestingly, number 2, I was going to show you the torque instructions when you buy these products. They were included right here, where apparently something changed, and now I can't show you. Fortunately, Peter here is a hoarder. He hoards stuff which should be thrown away. And I do it for purpose of testing, if I ever will need a spark plug to test something. And if they are in good condition, I keep them. So here you can actually, without that flare, hopefully see the instructions. They say you do it by the hand, meaning you use the tool. And then when it stops, you will, when the seat, the gasket is seated in the hole, then you will use the ratchet with the tool and you will go either 1 cord on half turn. So I want to show you that the other one is for tapered, so that's not for us. That picture is not for us. I want to show you that. I'm glad I saved some spark plugs for testing because the new packaging doesn't come with these instructions. And maybe last but not least, what shall we say? Well, we should take one out. Why not? Just to show it. As I said, very thin pencil-like spark plugs. Here is protection for the tip. The tip is iridium, and you will never, by no circumstances, you will try to adjust the tip. This is preset from the factory. There are those precious metals on it for the spark plug to last almost forever, so never touch those tips. Like old school 50 years ago, you had to adjust every single one of them. You will not touch that. That's why the protector is there. And what's the interval? Yes, that should be also mentioned, 105,000 miles on these ones. So they cost over $20 each, but they are rated by Denso and Toyota for 105,000 miles. And I think I better stop filming and entertaining you, and I better get back to the work, because they approved a lot of stuff. Mass airflow sensor cleaning, throttle body cleaning, coolant replacement, There's a lot of work for me today, so thank you for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumb up and stay tuned. I have way more coming your way soon. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day, my friend.